Hello guys, this is the Wonderful Manatee back at it again with another video, a tier list video this time. A tier list that I just made myself about how smart the clone commanders and captains were. So here we are with a nice selection of clone troopers, and I realize that a lot of them are kind of focused on their crotches. I just selected random pictures of the commanders, and a lot of them happen to be like the full rectangle size pictures, and I selected square. So a lot of them focuses on the lower half, which is kind of weird, and it crops out a lot of their faces. So for those that might not be recognizable to you, I'll just say this is Devis, this is Neo, this is Doom, and I'm pretty sure you would know who the rest are. And this one is Keely, and this one is Apo. So, just to clear up any confusion we have, and our scale today will be how smart they are, from the lowest of the low being stupid, just absolutely no brains, dumb, average, smart, and big-brained. That means that they're a very good, smart boy, and they have all the IQ in the world. Alright, so first up, we'll start off with Gree. So Gree, I'm not really getting the vibe that his brain is fully in there, because he literally got smacked in the head with a blaster by Newt Gunray of all people. I mean, like, I would most likely see that coming. I would probably see a shadow, or at least hear him creeping up behind me, so that's pretty stupid. And also, he tried to whip out the blaster and shoot my boy Yoda, so that was not smart. He probably could have thrown a couple grenades and then fired, so he would at least be distracted by the grenades. I just came up with that now, and it probably wouldn't work, but it's something other than trying to shoot him in the back of the head, so stupid. Alright, here we are. Next up here we have Doom. I don't know much about Doom. No one really does, so I'm just gonna put him at average. He doesn't make any mistakes or anything. He just sat there and looked pretty, kind of. But we don't know much about him, so I'm just gonna have to put him in average because we don't know much at all. Here we have Rex, good old Rexy boy. As all Clone Wars fans know, Rex is very smart. He was definitely brighter than almost all the others and was a good soldier. He followed his orders, but only disobeyed the ones he thought was wrong. And not to mention, he was smart enough to figure out what was going on and disobey the orders and see that Krell was a villain, really. So I have to give big-brained to Rex. Also, not to mention, when Order 66 happened, he tried to resist it all he could. He tried to fight it, but he just couldn't do it. So that's also a lot to say about him. So definitely putting Rex and big-brained. We got all three in the middle right now. Next up here we have Devis. I don't know a lot about Devis, but I know that he was in Alpha 17's training program, and he was originally assigned to be a captain, but then after some kind of mission in the Battle of Geonosis, he was promoted to the rank of commander, and because he was like protecting like 2 wounded soldiers in like some kind of ditch. I don't know a lot about the situation, but that is what I know. And he didn't live through the Clone Wars and led a squad of these yellow recon troopers. I actually got one of those same guys in the big Clone Army Customs haul video. So if you see this video and haven't watched that, I highly recommend you check it out. It's a really good video, well, in my opinion, because I made it, bruh. But check it out. It would mean a lot to me if you did. So I'm gonna put Devis in smart. Since I don't know a lot about his like actual intelligence, I'm just gonna rank him at that based off of his skills. So I'm gonna put him in smart. Next up, we have Wolf. Wolf was a really good soldier. Wolf is one of my favorites. He's just so cool. Um, there's not much to say bad about him. I would put him up here in big brained, other than the fact that when Ezra and all the Rebel crew and Star Wars Rebels came around to their little ATTE, he kind of panicked and sold them out to the Empire, and that was not a smart move at all. It was just a terrible move, and that's what's gonna make me drag him down to smart because of that really awful, terrible move, and also selling out their group to the Empire, which also put themselves at danger. Next up, we have Appo. This is an interesting one. I don't know too much about Appo, but I know that from all the Dark Times content and comics, that he was a really good soldier. He befriended Vader and became his right hand man after Rex left, and was promoted from sergeant to commander. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm just gonna do this just like Devis and rank him based on on his skills and not smart, since I don't know too much about that. I'm gonna put him in smart. Next up, we have Bakara. I don't know much about Bakara. I do know that he was trained by a journeyman protector, which is kind of like a police or authority force for Concord Dawn, which are a Mandalorian authority and protection force. So all I know is that, and I know that he did befriend Neo, which was very smart with tech and that stuff. So I don't know a lot about him, but I will put him in average though. Next up, we have Bly. Bly was really befriended his Jedi friend Ayla Secura, and was a good soldier. He liked to finish all of his missions, and he regretted not finishing his mission on Felucia when Order 66 occurred, and he kind of slaughtered Ayla Secura, but I do know that it was out of mercy. So I am gonna put I'm conflicted on this one. And I do know that he also helped Vader kill a Jedi. So I guess there's one thing that he's good at. I'm just gonna put him in average for now. Next up, we have Cody. Cody was such an awesome character. He was one of the smartest clones up there, and I really love him because he's such a cool clone trooper, and he was one of the OGs. But he was actually pretty smart. I'm gonna put him in big brained. He was very smart. He was firm with his troops. He knew how to get the mission done. He had a couple strats up his sleeves, and he was a commander in Alpha 17's program. So I know that he was, and he had that little trick with Slick, a rhyme, where he took the mag out and lured Slick in to catch him with Rex. That was a big-brained move, very big-brained, and he just absolutely bodied Slick when he showed him that magazine. So that was a big brain move. I'm gonna put him in big brained. Next up, we have my boy Pons. Since Pons did die from being executed, I don't know, no one really knows all too much about Pons' skills and his intelligence, but he was a good soldier, and I know that he was very calm when it came down to the end. He was calm, he didn't freak out, he didn't panic, and he just kept quiet, and he was just calm to the very end, even when he knew his life was going to go down the drain. So for that, I'm going to put him in smart, because he was calm, collected, and he controlled the situation well. Alright, next up we have this trash Fox. I'm obviously putting Fox in stupid, because he's the stupidest of the stupid. And when those droids came and tried to kill, when they tried to blow up the thing, when they had that peace treaty and they blew up the core as a terrorist attack, he's like, haha, stupid droids. and that was very, very stupid. And he also stood up to Anakin when he was getting quite angry, and he threatened him with force. That was also extremely stupid. And he also, after Anakin and Rex told him to tell his troops to put it on stun, he still tried to kill them. And he also didn't take the situation with Fives very well either. He could have just set his weapon to stun and stun him, or he could have just stood there and tried to defuse the situation instead of just rushing in and trying to shoot him. But the situation was very tense, I will tell you that. So that's just a little bit of leverage to him, but he was still being kind of stupid. And he got killed by Vader by getting his neck snapped, so he deserves that. Stupid. Alright, next up we have Keely. Keely we didn't see much of him. We only saw him in that one episode. But from what we saw, he was very calm, collected, and calculated. He knew that things were going to end, but he still tried his best and was calm. He told his troops that was it. He didn't lie to them. He didn't sugarcoat it. He just told them the situation. And a lot of commanders, like Pons, may have lied to their troops just to get them calm and to complete the mission, but he was honest with his troops until the very end, and he was a very brave and loyal soldier, so I'm going to put him in smart. Next up we have Neo. So Neo, I don't know too much about him, just as a lot of the others, but he was very smart with mechanics and machines. I know that he was attached to machinery more than actual human life, which is sad. But I don't know too much about him. He easily successfully wiped out the Jedi during Order 66. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put him in dumb, or stupid, because I don't know if he deserves it, but I don't know what he did to deserve getting smart or big brain, so I'm just gonna put him in average. Alright, here with our last one, we have Commander Gray. So Commander Gray, we don't know all too much about him. Not many people do. But when it came down to Order 66, in the aftermath, that's where he shined, because he did execute Order 66 and fail, but his troops did the job for him, kind of, because he got knocked out and got his blaster chopped. So there is that. So he did fail his missions, but his troops did not. But after Order 66, he came to his senses and realized what he did was wrong, and that is really rare to say, I mean, for any clone trooper, because not many have defected. So, and he came to his senses and did the right thing and destroyed the ship and destroyed himself down with it to let Cade and Jarrus live, and he ultimately sacrificed himself in the end. So I would have put him on average or maybe dumb, because he did such a bad job at executing Order 66. But his little act in justice for Cade and Jarrus in the end definitely knocked him up a peg, and so I'll put him at smart. If you enjoyed this tier list video, give it a big like. I would really appreciate it, and it would help me out. And if you enjoy my videos or enjoyed this videos, definitely subscribe. If I missed any clone commanders or captains, drop a comment and explain or give me some examples of some troops or captains or commanders that I missed on this tier list. And if you agreed or disagreed, drop a comment explaining why. So thank you for watching this video if you did. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you will. Thank you for watching my videos. This is the Wonderful Manatee. Goodbye.